Hi, this is Fed Razak, financial contributor to YWO, and we're doing a market recap for the week of February 9th to February 13th of 2026. So looking at the highlights of the week, really it's the US market selling off towards the end of the week. Now this was, a lead up to, because it has been capitulating to a sell-off for quite some time. Now breaking down the market, starting out with the forex symbols, US dollar did gain as that inverse relationship continues as it gains specifically versus the Japanese yen the most, over 300 basis points, and over the euro and the British pound as well. Now looking and focusing on the US markets, we saw the Dow Jones sell off towards the end of the week, and that was added pressure from big tech stocks. Now that put some pressure on the Nasdaq also to sell off as well. Now breaking down the stocks, so it's specifically Apple, Nvidia, and Meta that had the biggest losses for the week, and that's some tremendous pressure. However, despite this sell-off, we're still in a very strong space when it comes to some of the retail stocks, specifically Walmart, as that continued to show strength on the upside. Now breaking down the commodities, the previous week we had tremendous sell-off in the precious metals. However, this past week we saw silver gain over 11% as we watch crude oil and Brent oil gain just modestly this past week as well. Now lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin looks like it's hit a bottom, at least for now. It's trading within that 60K-ish level and looking like it's bottoming out, kind of testing that bottom quite again. So that's something to see if that develops. If it does break that lower end of the 60K, we may see it break down even further. Now looking at the markets altogether, over the past week, we did have NFP unceremoniously on Wednesday. That's not a usual event because remember the government had a shutdown in the previous couple of weeks, so it was delayed. Now in terms of the job market, we're doing okay, but there's still a discrepancy between the stock market and Main Street. Okay, that discrepancy is still happening, whereas Main Street, it seems like everybody's still struggling while the stock market is still doing very, very well, posed by some of these big tech stocks that have made a huge surge over the past couple of years. I'm not talking about this past week, but I am talking about a huge surge over the past couple of years, where the Dow Jones has collectively made over two-digit gains yearly, which is unprecedented. Now this stems from Donald Trump, the President of the United States, focus on the US economy, and he is looking to sidestep the Federal Reserve by lowering in interest rates and putting a new Federal Reserve chairman as to put some more acceleration into the markets. Now, if it needs to be accelerated, then there's something that's off vibe. And the thing that's off vibe is the US dollar. It's not as strong and as luster as it used to be. Yes, despite the fact that the US markets go up, the dollar goes further down, but the purchasing power parity, the strength of the US dollar as it comes to purchasing power has been diminished. And that's something that I believe that the president sees, and he wants to make some sort of contribution in catching that power parity that it used to have and regaining it. So that's something that the markets are looking to regain when we're looking at the bigger picture. Now, specifically speaking, technically speaking, yes, we are still at gains for year to year, but I would see this as people booking their profits in this arena that we're currently in as possibly a situation where this might be a beginning of a sell-off. Might be. Okay, so just you got to keep an eye on it, because every time it seems like we're going to sell off, it does recover. So that's something to look forward to as the week unfolds next week. This is Fed Razak, financial contributor to YWO, wishing you all a good weekend. Thank you.